Welcome to Fair Game. I'm Kristine Leahy. My guest today is one of the most famous names in American soccer. He played in 3 World Cups, the '92 Olympics, and is in the National Soccer Hall of Fame, Cobi Jones. It's so good to meet you. You know, we both worked at Fox, but I actually never met you walking around the studio.
Well, that's a massive studio. We're
It
probably,
is.
Passing each other in the night.
And a few studios as well.
Yes.
And well, I wasn't ever there at night. I was always there early in the morning. We also had Alexi Lawless on the show, and you guys are both 2 of the most recognizable American names in soccer. But you were also both really recognized for your hairstyles. We talked at length with Alexi about this, but who do you think between the 2 of you had the better hair?
Oh, come on, of course. I had the better hairstyle. I mean, I was rocking the dreads, way back in the day. Alexi, had the big mane and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, the dreadlocks was just coming into fashion at that time. So I would say that I kind of set one of the trends there. So I'm, of course, voting for myself.
Okay, we'll have to, get Alexi's rebuttal on that.
Well,
but
feel free.
Okay. So you played for the U.S. men's national team, and you went to 3 World Cups. The most memorable was probably in '94. How significant was that for U.S. soccer?
We're talking about a time when no one really paid attention to soccer. So first off, it was incredible that the United States had actually been awarded the World Cup to begin with. And up until that point, everyone has to remember, no host nation had ever not made it out of the first round. So for all of us as, these young kids, these 20-nothings, really just getting into the game, it was a matter of not embarrassing ourselves and embarrassing our country, making sure that we upheld the long-standing tradition of getting through that first round. And where we had been put in our group, it was going to be difficult with the likes of Switzerland and Colombia. It was one of the teams that was, top 5. That was a lot of people thought would win that World Cup.
Yeah.
So for us to go through that process, come together as a unit, training way beforehand, and then finally, after all those games, getting through, I mean, it was momentous because that moment, I think, set the tone for MLS, set the tone for soccer in this country, for all the generations to come, even now, today.
So then in 2002 in the World Cup, the U.S. reached the quarterfinals by beating Mexico. Is there a particular moment from that day that really stands out to you?
Oh,
the look on your face tells me yes.
I get so much from the Mexican fans, even to this day. They still come up to me and go, "Oh, I hate you because of that game." Look, that whole day stands out for me. I will remember every moment of it. I mean, I would say more so after the fact would be our celebration afterwards. Going through people. I hope people can remember that up until that point, Mexico had basically decided that they were the better team within CONCACAF, no matter what, even though we had put up great results against them before. Then you finally meet each other on the biggest stage, all eyes on you, going through to the next round, and you match up, and then the U.S. comes out on top. So complete disappointment, on the Mexican side, but for us, it was complete elation, because we had finally proven that the United States soccer, we had come to a point where we were the dominant force within our region, and we had proof that we had done it at the World Cup. So afterwards at the game, the buses are next to each other as the teams are leaving, and we're sitting there, we're celebrating, and I can remember to this day looking over and seeing a lot of the Mexican fans just distraught on the side where they were in disbelief. You have a look on your face like, oh, sad. But for us, it was elation. Come on, that's what the competition is about. The agony of defeat. Sometimes someone's got to lose, and the joy of victory. So we got to do it at the biggest stage.
You also got headbutted in that game towards the end. That's a moment.
Yes, that's a big moment with Mr. Rafael Marquez.
Yes.
Yeah.
How angry were you then?
Funny enough, I can't remember.
Were you concussed?
No, I don't think I was concussed, but I definitely, it was a cheap shot, let's put it that way. Because
course.
Not only was it a headbutt, it was a stud in the side, and then he came through and headbutted me in the side of the head. Now, I went down at that point and came off the field, but obviously he got the red card and put his team, in a terrible situation where they were down a man, so that kind of solidified, things going forward for us to get that victory. So it was it was ridiculous. Come on, it's a cheap shot, on his part. It's a dirty play. For me, I'm still waiting for the apology, but all
he's
these
never
years
apologized
later,
to you?
no.
You say that like it's a shocking thing. I think he should apologize.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. But he has
Wow.
not apologized to this point, and I'm not waiting for it. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
You should apologize if he's watching. He should contact you. The '92 men's Olympic soccer team. There's a picture of you that you were standing next to the dream team at the time. How did you get that picture?
Well, how that all went about is people need to remember that with the Olympics, soccer actually starts before the opening ceremonies. And our coach didn't want us to actually participate in the opening ceremonies.
It's the best part.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, we were in another city outside. We were in Saragossa. And we would have to go to Barcelona, make this like 3-4 hour trip to get there. And he said, no, we're not going to do it. Well, the players rebelled a little bit there and said, we're going. So finally he gave in. We actually go to Barcelona and actually participate in the opening ceremony, which, as you said, is the best part. And we're, overwhelmed as we're walking out. And literally as our team is coming through, they stop our team, they split our team in two. And literally they stop right behind me and slide in the whole dream team right in between our teams. So I got like Karl Malone and everything right behind me, and I'm, obviously I'm like, oh, hello, these guys, and looking up to these guys, and it was a moment because everyone had been talking about this, the first time that we're going to bring all these superstar players, and to have that moment where they come in right behind us. That's how that picture came about.
That's a good one to have.
Oh yeah.
Is that one hanging in your house somewhere?
Oh yeah, yes it is.
Where is it?
Well, I got in my little office.
In your office.
Yeah,
okay, that's a good place for it to be. Then you played for the Galaxy, right? At the time, did you think that MLS would survive and be successful?
At the time, I would say I thought that MLS would be successful. I mean, look, we had ups and downs, but when we're talking about that first year, in 1996, our opening game at the Galaxy, we had 67,000+ around there. That was the amount. They were expecting maybe 15, maybe 20,000. In our opening game, we had 60+.
There was an up when David Beckham came over. What would you say?
There was a bit of an uptick.
There was an up. What was he like as a teammate?
He was a great teammate. He was a fantastic teammate. I think people have to remember for David, for all that he is now, his beginnings as like a blue collar guy. So he has, yes,
he's a blue collar guy.
His beginnings were a blue collar.
Okay, I was gonna say,
let's
he's
remember
married
this.
To Posh Spice.
Let's remember this. Look, everybody changes over time, and he has his own things now, and he's a fantastic guy even to this day.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. I would say he doesn't separate himself from his roots. Let's put it that way. If that makes it a little bit clear. Yeah. So he's a down to earth guy. Look, it's going to be different, of course, from what the public sees as to what his teammates see.
Yeah.
Because we as teammates, we don't care who you are. We're going to give you some stick no matter what.
Oh,
no matter
did.
what. Of course, there's everyone gives everybody.
And he took it okay.
Yeah, you're in the locker room. If you're not going to take it okay, you're going to have yourself separated from the group, and nobody wants that. Yeah.
It wasn't a separated locker room at all?
No. There's always, I guess, people going at loggerheads at times, but that's on every team that I've been a part of.
Yeah.
So you're always going to have that. But the important part that I find for teams that are successful is that you're able to put your differences aside and go towards that common goal. And that's what a locker room is all about, is getting everyone together on the same page.